Welcome back and welcome new subscribers. Welcome all. I am Goddess High Priestess Empress Alba La Pantera. We are just going to do an energy check-in, see what the message is for the collective, okay? Time is an illusion, energy is fluid. Let's get right into it. Hold on a second, let me see if this is closed. Okay. Okay, here we go. Make sure you're taking your deep breaths. Angels and ancestors, spirit guides, Mama Universe, Papa Universe. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of Mama Universe and Papa Universe, to all of the elements, all of the chakras within the cosmos and the galaxies that are here to assist, guide, and power, as well as release through destruction, so that way there can be power regained, soul fragments reestablished, restored. Ashe. Clearing out the solar plexus. And so it is. 444. cleanse. Release all negativity, remove all blockages. So it is. What messages do you have for the collective, beloved? Innocence, release the worries, express yourself. Ancestors are saying, I am you, you are me. I am you, you are me. You can do this. You've already been doing it. There's nothing to turn back to. Feel your wings expand. Embrace your wings. Feel them expand. You are the darkness and the light. You are the sun and the moon. You are the earth. You are the fire. You are the air. You are the water. I'm literally seeing the earth right now in this ball. But it's being surrounded by, it's thin, but it's a thin golden light. Because it appears thin, there's a cleanse here of the root chakra. There's a cleanse of the root chakra. Although that line, that gold lining around the earth may seem thin, it is very potent. It's not the size or the width of it, it's the energy behind it. Huh. Wow. Okay. And they just spoke through the crystal ball, 11:01 on the timer. Ancestors that most recently have passed on within your lifetime here on this planet, they have returned. We have the message no. You're saying no to several situations. It's their energy and their power that is coming through to assist you in saying no's in areas where you may have been saying yes or maybe when it should have been no. We have paternal. It's giving authority. Mars, Saturn, warrior of light. He's saying you are the warrior of light. Archangel Michael has been surrounding you. Speaking of no. Shay. What is the message for the collective? Soul attraction. Soul attraction. I am you, you are me. That's the message from the ancestors. Soul attraction. Your higher self. You have reconnected with your higher self. You're now rising by yourself. We have the maternal now coming out. For some of you, this power is coming from the maternal side. The black horse. Your prayers have been answered, have been heard and answered. There's an ancestor from the maternal side that is here to assist you now. Black horse, the rider that had a pair of scales, half wheat, a quarter of wheat, quarter of barley. Do not harm the oil and wine. For some of you, you're setting up these boundaries for yourself in terms of Venusian, Neptunian energies, where what you would use to escape, you're able to put it down and say no. To handle what it is that you feel. Remove all negative energies from this page source at this very moment. Ashe. We have single. Some of you, this ancestor that you are being protected and surrounded by at this moment, took care of situations on her own, not necessarily because she wanted to, but because she had to. Some of you are experiencing that as well. I'm seeing Macy, M-A-S-I, Macy. Spiritual cleanse. Okay. And ideally so. Patience is bringing out this message here. First one, you are an ancient divine feminine, divine masculine. You are remembering 13, 13, 13, 13, 4, 4, 4, 4, 16, the tower, 7, the chariot. As you remember, you no longer fear that which has to come to an end for a new beginning. Allow your intuitive guidance to assist you with structuring your vision of your mind's eye beyond material constructs. As you think and feel, you will manifest. Allow your intuitive guidance to assist with structuring the vision of your mind's eye beyond material constructs. We have some of you here that literally are birthing the new Naga Pearl. Very strong Venusian energy once again. 6 to 9 months. It's time for you to come out. Naga Pearl is coming up under. You are an ancient divine feminine, divine masculine. You are remembering. Archangel Raphael is assisting you with that which was of the past. 322. Mars in Aries. 2 of Wands. Archangel Raphael is helping you to refine your heart, to bring the mind, body, and soul as one, so you can see that you have your own world in your hands. You are in this world, but not of it. So you're seeing the world that you're in from a different perspective, as you are an ancient divine feminine, divine masculine, and you are remembering. And as you remember, you have Empress to Goddess showing through. Evolving from the Empress to the Goddess. And now this is what's coming up right up under here. You are an ancient divine feminine, divine masculine. You are remembering Naga Pearl, Empress to Goddess. This is coming from the maternal side. Welcome, intuitive, my love. Welcome, honey. 2022 on the timer. Then we have Source hides you like the great you are until you realign with yourself. Like. The word like in this card, which is also why I created another one for this deck that doesn't have that. Because there was a moment of seeing oneself like. It's the same word as lie. The only difference is the letter K, but K is number 11. So anytime you tell yourself like, it's very similar to the television. Not everything that you see on that two-dimensional box is true. So the reason why Source would hide you like the great you are is to realign you with yourself. Then we have the triple goddess. Of course, your hiding had a lot to do more so with, or for some of you, you didn't realize that you were being hidden or hiding. It came through more so as rejection or delays. But you are the embodiment of the triple goddess, the maiden, the mother, and the crone. Hence the very first card that came out, maternal. Single is coming through here as you were doing this on your own in the physical, but surrounded by so many of your ancestors along the lines of your maternal line to bring you through. Then we have forgive coming up under. You are an ancient divine feminine, divine masculine. You are remembering now the pearl empress to goddess, forgive. And I'm hearing more so forgive in Kali style. The reason why so many refrain or maybe connected to some sort of fear when it comes to Kali, because Kali, to bring you into the new, is going to destroy all that is old. And in most cases, most people may be apprehensive. You may find yourself, consciously and connected to your subconscious, refraining from fully working with that frequency. Thankfully so, because you may find yourself going back to a situation that you're being required to close out. And Kali's energy is going to close it out by any means necessary. And we have Spirit Child, 2324 on the timer. Proverbs 24:14 is the next message from the Spirit Child. So shall you know skillful and godly wisdom to be thus to your life. If you find it, then shall there be a future and a reward, and your knowing and expectation shall not be cut off. The godly wisdom rewards you with knowing and an expectation of all is well. And that will never and shall not be cut off. Let's grab a message from the Divine Feminine. You're breaking out of the shell as a wise serpent, dragon. You're breaking out of the shell. And there goes a dove. Telling you. This dove has been appearing quite a bit. Who do we have here? Mary of Nazareth, Mother of God, of course. Teresa of Avila, Our Lady of the Interior Life. Yo, you know who she came out with? Let me read the message. I trust the answers I find within me. Oh, shit. I know that the presence of love is real. Followed by, you just mentioned her. Most High Source, remove anyone who is not coming in here hitting that Mars energy button as they do not know who they are. That thumbs up indicates you cleansing yourself upon entering this abode. Surrendering to the I am that I am of yourself, your life force. Remove them now from this channel. Kali, go to work. Do as you must. See that light coming through? Okay. I release all that doesn't serve me. It's time to be the truth of who I am. Triple goddess. Mother, maiden and crone with Kali's energy right there. For some of you, the other message I'm getting that if you are smoking herbs, trees, your weed or whatever, know that that is a triple goddess plant and is not to be abused. That anytime you got something going on, you feel as though you have to smoke so that way you can get your shit done. No. That is literally raping the herb, and you will be stopped. I said time is an illusion, energy is fluid. Some of you are not coming and expecting this type of message right now. Go and do what you got to do, baby. Do what you got to do. It'll be there when you're ready for it. Let's see what's at the top. Rita of Acacia, the patroness of impossible causes. I am miraculous. My prayers create powerful channels of possibility. Kali, what is your message for the collective? Kali, what is your message for the collective? Thank you, beloved Saturnian mother. What planetary hour are we in? Mars. 30:03 on the timer. Okay. Kali, what message do you have for the collective? I release all that doesn't serve me. It's time to be the truth of who I am. What else do you have to say here? So you're the one that came to visit when I closed my eyes. I did see blue. It was blue. It was a blue being. And she is blue here. 344. Well, 3044. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What message do you have for the collective? The links is on the screen. The cardinal. have it on this channel that tends to repeat certain shows. And I'm noticing when they're showing the snow owl, the lynx, the tigers, the polar bear, the cardinals, and it's showing up right now. What's your message, Kali? Okay. Authority figures and mirror. All right. Who or what is triggering you, she's asking. This could be an authority figure, but also for you to remind yourself that you have the authority over self. That when something is triggering you, this is where she also comes in, because it's showing you what it is that you're being asked to release. Because this could also have an effect on your finances. That the more you hold on to it, your finances suffer from this energy. It's up to you, she says. It's up to you. 32, 33. You're here on a double mission, the Pleiades. You may have a galactic connection with the Pleiades. The double mission is of channeling and uplifting humanity. It's the same way that I saw this in the ball at the very beginning of this video and tapping into the crystal ball. It's the same way I saw the earth surrounded by light, but it was a golden light. Same way. Same exact way, like this. Okay. And then it says here, whatever it is that you're clinging to is crumbling. This could be something that is deeply rooted. Okay. Also, where the teeth come in terms of Saturn, as well as Taurus energy in terms of the second house. We have knighthood. I'm getting some of you had to go through these lessons to become the authority figure of yourself, because within your DNA is galactic wisdom. Your soul literally came back into this space during this time and space, Saturn, to be the lightning bolt, to be that strike, to carry the essence of lightning through your vessel. Is quite the transformation, and it's quite a sensation that you feel through that process. But as the channeling that came through, it said, you can do this. You've already been doing it. Within the next few weeks, and this is coming up under the mirror, within the next few weeks, who or what is triggering you? Because within the next few weeks, he's saying, ask your angels. We have communal living that's coming up here. This will be a decision that is up to you. I'm getting this has to do with the move. Transformation, segment, Bastet energy, choose a new direction. You'll be choosing a new direction inevitably because things are changing at a cellular level. And as you're going through this deep healing, it's 322 right now. Archangel Raphael, as your heart is being refined, you're being able to see your world, especially being at a crossroads, because the 201 speaks about being at a crossroads. So you're now being able to see your entire world. Remember, you're in this world, you're not of it. You're bringing heaven on earth. That's the realm you're of. The world are still boxes. And some of you are now stepping outside of that box. Okay. It's landed right on top of authority figures. There's a door opening. Native Americans. Some of you are opening the door to your Native American ancestors. You may have been working to communicate with them for a while. Now they're coming through. As well as those from ancient Kemet, Egypt. But not to enslave another. Some of you have a strong connection to the essence of Moses. That's one of your greatest abilities here. You have a strong connection to water, working with water. You can be highly psychic, intuitive, very sensitive. That is the reason why. Light bulb moment, 3711 on the timer. Spirituality and religion. You're seeing where there has been wars and tragedies because of the separation. Because religion will have someone, will teach someone the way to behave. While spirituality allows you to educate yourself and you have that sovereign authority over yourself. Religion is something where people are ruling over another, because in terms of teaching behavior or setting a standard of behavior for a particular cult or group, religion is taking away from you, your soul. Some of you are going through a massive rebirth. You're being reborn because you've left certain things behind to really connect to all that is. Because once you step into the spiritual, the spirit of life, you become less judgmental. Our religion has a lot of judgments towards people or humanity. But us, karmic relationship, get more information. What do you want to tell them about this? It's imprisonment or slavery. It's so deep of an imprisonment or slavery, speaking of previous to that, is so much of an imprisonment or slavery, it has you feeling as though you're an orphan. This could be someone who has a certain way of loving, but until you really get connected to what it is that you want in love or romance, and not project it to those who are not prepared for that essence, until you sit there and do that, you'll constantly be in a cycle where you feel as though love is not working for you. Work with it. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Take a break. Don't have to go full force right now. Do bits and pieces. Just do a bit of everything that you enjoy doing to bring love and romance into your life. If that's a movie, if that's dancing, listen to some music, if that's eating your favorite meal, so that way you can bring the collective energy back to you. What more do you have to say about this situation? What message do you have about this karmic relationship? Eight of Swords with the Five of Cups. This is making a decision in terms of, okay, there's self-sabotage, there's sorrow, pains, and regrets. None of that sounds as though that's love. Then we have Temperance. Some of you are literally in mental prison, spiritual imprisonment because of a karmic relationship. It's time to get out. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. For others of you, this has to do with the previous situation that you are out of, but have yet to alchemize and transcend the pain into your power for this new beginning. The golden light I'm hearing. 4141 on the timer. Mercury and Sagittarius. Mercury has just went back into Sagittarius as it's in retrograde. I want to go a little bit further into that. Give me 1 second. That's okay. So I'm gonna have to see here. It's not Mercury in Sag, but Mercury in the 9th house. 9th house is ruled by Sagittarius, the house of mental exploration. Mercury in the 9th house, planet of the mind. You are alert and adaptable, quick to establish rapport with new people. Okay. Quick to establish rapport with new people. Ophiuchus, love, Ashe. Yours is an exploratory nature, interested in gaining further knowledge. During your middle years, you may travel a great deal, both for health and your work. This allows you to become mentally advanced. But in terms of the negative aspect, inclined to be meddlesome and to make promises too readily. Okay. That's the essence of falling in love at first sight. And then when things start to settle into reality, one is not able to handle that. Mercury in Sagittarius. You are quick and bright, breezy to the point. You prize freedom of expression and cannot bear the thought of any power of censorship over what you have to say. Let me tell you something. That's the placement I got too. So you prize freedom of expression. You prize freedom of expression and cannot bear the thought of any power of censorship over what you have to say. Your mind is restless, inquiring, always looking for stimulation. You may jump from project to project or change jobs frequently. Travel is often involved in your work. Mercury Sagittarians never stop learning. Yours is an ongoing lifetime education. Yes, it is. You love to read, explore new ideas, learn about other people. You are fast on your feet. Yeah, that's where track coming. You are fast on your feet and can grasp ideas instantly. But a frequent failing is your lack of concentration. Some people find you too blunt and outspoken, but that quality springs from Sagittarius's basic honesty. You never deliberately set out to deceive or dissemble. If you are tactless, it's because you don't think before you speak. Sometimes you find it difficult to complete a long, sustained piece of work. And in this aspect, if you have Mercury in Sag, what I would highly suggest is knowing your human design so you can really piece that well together. Because if you know that you're manifesting, generating, you have this placement. sustaining a piece of work and staying somewhere for a longer period of time. As a manifesting generator, you're literally designed to get things started and move on to the next thing and let whomever else is there to continue it on. Let's look at Mercury in Capricorn because that's where it was. This is where it's going to go back to. So if you have Mercury in Capricorn, you tend to be ambitious and methodical, careful, calculating, and patient. So we had Mercury retrograde begin in the sign of Capricorn. So Mercury already is all about reflecting and reviewing. And the sign of Capricorn is it's infinite, 100,000-fold, thousand-fold, infinite fold of this vibe. So if you have Mercury in Capricorn, you tend to be ambitious and methodical, careful and calculating and patient. You are not only superb at handling detail, but you also never lose sight of the whole picture. When it comes to making decisions, you are extremely rational. Logic, the steady progression from point to point, is what you put your faith in. Mercury in Capricorn. So logic, the steady progression from point to point, is what you put your faith in. So with Mercury retrograde in that sign, you were having to review those areas of your life where logic, the steady progression from point to point, is where you put your faith in. You always have an objective. You always have a secret goal you are pursuing. Mercury Capricorns often attain positions of leadership because they are so dependable and have an air of authority. Speaking of authority figures, and the mirror, which has to do with reflection. Those are the first two messages from Kali that came through. As her energy is sitting with the South Node. Anyway. This is evident even in very small children who have Mercury in this position. A problem you have in relating to people can be your dictatorial manner. You also tend to have a disapproving air about the foibles and frivolities of others. Life is serious to Mercury Capricorns, and you see its dark side, though a redeeming trait is your dry sense of humor. Oh yeah, that's giving up that Kali energy for sure. I'm picking up on, if you have been jumping from project to project while Mercury is retrograde, there's a certain project or projects that you're seeing as going to be more lucrative moving forward. And they also want you to focus and ground yourself, especially the 27th and the 9th of January, I'm getting, as you may experience oppositions. You had a sense of this also during the full moon in Gemini that we just had, November 27th, where there were certain ideas of projects that you were wanting to get off the ground. But what happened was there were certain energies around you that was still connected to your past, which is where Kali comes in. And once that is removed, it seems as though now you're getting a clearer vision of what to do next and what not to bring with you as you move forward to the next. What is that? What are you? Come on, you gotta be clearer than that. All right, you see, when you look at a carousel, but there's no horses in it, but it's still that structure. What I'm talking about is this image that I'm seeing. It's the carousel, but it's sitting on top of a mountain. What now? Yeah. All right. Let me go back. We said get more information. And then we have the 9 of Cups. Whoever this ancestor is from the maternal side, it could be the entire lineage that you have healed because you're healing yourself. They're bringing you this gift. It's going to be money. It's money here for some of you. For others, it's money, but it's coming through in the form of support because you do have the Ace of Pentacles here. Or is something that you are asking for because you did get that message earlier. Your prayers have been heard and answered. And then for Teresa to be here with the dove, you had to walk through the door to spirit in order for this prayer to be answered. And walking through the door to spirit, that's you healing from everything, from past lineages, even things that could have possibly occurred further down the line if you didn't do what you had to do. In grounding certain emotions. So you can think and feel before you speak. Now everything you say, because you can think, feel, see, hear, all of it's coming from spirit. All of it's coming from source. All of it's coming from your higher self. This is why in that message as well earlier, you got the ancestors and the word no. In terms of tolerating shit that you used to tolerate before, no más. No more. That is their gift to you. That is the gift to yourself because they said, I am you, you are me. They're swimming within you. Some of you're feeling as though you're going through a process of conception. They're also showing me, going back to that image that I'm seeing over there on that cup. Some of you have this recurring dream where there's a destination that you keep going to, and now you can actually see what that is because the light is on. It's because you've been initiated. Show me the energy. Because now I'm seeing 3 large doors. These are doors that you could only see if you have the vision to see it. Four, 3, 3. Angel of Strength. We have here contract and Archangel Gabriel. 396. 369. You know the mystery. You have a clear understanding, overstanding of the paradox of life. Some of you are being given the keys of the paradox of life. Shut up. I said, bring the ones I'm supposed to talk to. I see y'all. I see you. Paradox, a seemingly absurd or self-contradictory statement or proposition that when investigated or explained may prove to be well-founded or true. There's that. Archangel Gabriel is, I'm telling you, for some of you, that angel is Archangel Gabriel. Huh. Because remember, in the previous message you got, that just at the beginning of this, ancestors and the word no. When it comes to certain contracts here that you've been having. Sometimes the whisper is the loudest when the whole room is screaming. Thanks for the tough live. This I know. There's no such thing. If you meant to say love, tough love, there's no such thing as tough love. Love is love. But tough live. But there's no such thing as tough love. That's a human construct of Babylon and confusion. So they want me to be more mindful as to the way I express in yourselves. Okay. All right. So that you're not rewriting this story with the same spells your ancestors were helping you break through. Yeah, it's time to close it. It's time to close out that book, these old books. There's information that you have secured and attained that can be used as you move forward. But anything that is not in alignment to your truth and does not serve you, she rolling with this one right here. Okay? It went right to the page. 123. It went to the side of the affirmation. Let's go there. The affirmation for Archangel Gabriel. My throat chakra. Help. Something about that person too, Deepak Chopra. My throat chakra is open to its perfect healthy state, spinning with the beautiful energy of freedom and self-empowerment. I am free to express myself in every way. Archangel Gabriel. Gabriel holds his trumpet in one hand and a beautiful orb of blue light in the other. He is sending powerful energy to your throat center, acknowledging your power to communicate your readiness to do so. Let's go. We want to go to Blue Solar Storm too. In terms of galactic signature, but I'll come back to that right after this. I just want to pull this up. Blue Solar Storm. Number 9 is very significant right now with that blue solar 9. Blue Solar Storm. Let me just pull it up so I don't just brush over this and then go into the next message. All right. He is sending the powerful energy to your throat center, acknowledging your power to communicate and your readiness to do so. This angel opens you up to this angel opens you up to truthful expression, both with yourself and others. You may have had trouble with expressing emotions and ideas in the past, but Gabriel is here to tell you that your soul longs to take this leap now. Be aware that true communication includes how you speak to yourself, so never deny your profound integral value. Speak up for yourself. Write in your journal. Let your words flow. Some of you can feel this rebirth, and you're feeling this obviously through the sacral. I just felt that energy. Now is the time to express yourself freely and fully. As you do this, you may have been creatively blocked. Now is the time to express yourself freely and fully, and the universe always honors your choice to do so. This card also indicates that a communication project is coming, or a time of heightened communication with spirits and telepathy with others. And in speaking of that blue orb, that blue light, blue orb, let's look at Blue Storm, which is a galactic signature. And specifically the tone of number 9, which is solar, which has to do with greater cycles and expansion. But the blue storm is the initiation by fire, the lightning plaid. Be mindful. That's a sign, someone in plaid. Okay. In terms of whatever has already resonated with you up to this point, someone in plaid. Or you could have an ancestor that loved to wear that pattern. But then it's also speaking of stepping outside the box. There's a lot of boxes there. Let's continue. Blue storm is the initiation by fire, the lightning path, the arrival of the thunder beings who bring the final transformation. To the Maya, blue storm represents the storm, the thundercloud full of purifying rain, and the lightning that shatters any false structuring of reality. Blue storm is the purification of the body temple and the ignition of light body. In these last years of 26,000-year Mayan grand cycle, blue storm comes to help you in the disintegration process that moves you from separation to ascension. This initiation by fire breaks any false containers of self that cannot withstand the flame of transmutation. Only your true identity will live through these fires, for you will be reborn in the heart of all that is. Blue storm provides the water that purifies and quenches your spiritual thirst. In this state of consciousness, you stand willing to surrender everything. You give up what you seem to be in order to become fully what you are. You step into the fires of the unknown and you are changed forever. Allow blue storm to purify and cleanse you. Blue storm catalyzes and prepares your nervous system and circuitry for complete transformation. It is the electromagnetic storm of transmutation, the clearing and quickening of your physical, mental, emotional, and etheric bodies. As you become aligned with the descendant energies and evolving consciousness, your body's vibration is raised, becoming less dense. Your new alignment ignites the quickening process that transmutes the shadows of the past, including experiences, judgments, thought forms, and old patterns that have held you back. As you move into this new vibration, you may feel off balance. In this transformational shift, you will feel unusual quickenings on every level of your being. You will sense emotional and physical imbalances and restructuring. Your issues will be catalyzed and brought out for you to address. That's the trigger. By being present with your old patterns, you have a unique opportunity to access the energy of the blue storm, which is experienced as an inner transformational storm, a natural part of the process of vibrational shift and quickening. Whether you are experiencing these changes consciously or unconsciously, the vibrational change is adjusting your energy pattern to accommodate the flow of the language of light. These new frequencies feed on you every level of your being. They feed on every level of your being. As your transformation progresses, you quickly become aware of the unconscious material you still need to process. No longer can you escape the effects of your belief systems, Fears and negative images can all be felt very quickly. The transformation is experienced as if it were happening from the inside out. Things seem to cook inside you. No, this one all too. I came through in the year of the blue solar storm. This is why I knew to pull this up, because I know this passage. So this is why I'm reading it to you. Remember that you have chosen to take part in this rebirth, both on a planetary and personal level. The planetary dream, the miracle on earth, is what brought you here. You are becoming the living model of the new reality. As an emissary of the great change, you are a transformer of the collective myth. Riding the crest of the wave, you are traveling both outward and inward on your journey home for yourself and for all those who will follow after you. A simple catalyst for this catapulting force is the integration of duality within. This is what makes a powerful magician, as we mentioned yesterday. You have to have that duality between that masculine and feminine energy to really have that power, to really be the high priest, high priestess, magician. And once you get to that point, this is what I mean about where you don't have to do reversals, because once you step into that essence of who you truly are and all of that power that dwells within you, anything thrown at you will never prosper. So much so that your ancestors are at a point where there's points where I have to tell my ancestors, let me tell you something. You're holding on to this shit too long now. I'm here to cleanse it, but you're now holding on to it for too long now. Let it go. Okay. Remember that you have chosen to take part in this rebirth, both on a planetary and personal level. The planetary dream, the miracle on earth, is what brought you here. You are becoming the living model of the new reality as an emissary of the great change. You are a transformer of the collective myth. Riding the crest of the wave, you are traveling both inward and outward on your journey home for yourself and for all those to come there after you. The personal integration of shadow is what will create the miracle. Going back again, a simple catalyst for this catapulting force is the integration of duality within. The personal integration of shadow is what will create the miracle. Personal shadow is simply that which is separated from the full light of consciousness. By integrating the shadow, and y'all hear me say this shit often on this channel, I don't live a life of good or bad, right or wrong, none of that shit. Natural law, cause and fucking effect. Plain and simple. It's the Mars in me. It's the Mars in me. It's the Mars and Aries in me. Hold on now. By integrating shadow, you are freed from delusions of right or wrong, good and evil. Shadow provides an opportunity for you to bring it all of your expanded essence. Consciousness is a structural metaphor that is calling for transformation. As your consciousness becomes crystallized, narrow, and complex, it invites the process of dissipation to unravel and break it free. As you travel the spiral vortex of light, expand into ever-widening realms of truth, your catalyzed energy breaks down and transcends form. This process can be very intense, but if you embrace it, you can be transformed into a freed adventurer. Where's the North Node? What does it represent? It's an Aries representing the adventurer. And what is the freed adventurer? A divine being who can play, and he says a divine actor who can play any part without becoming attached to it. What's the other message you always hear over here? Detach yourself, because love is not attachment. Too many people got this perception that love is being clingy and this is my no, fuck that, no. 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 Come through, soul family. I see you. Come through, soul family. And speaking of the solar tone, Number 9, if you have this in your galactic signature, the solar tone is what it represents: completion, expansion, mastery, largest cycles of time, fulfillment, grand design. 9 is the ray of greater cycles, the foundation of self-opening to the 4 points of measure and cycle. It is the grand design, the unfolding order of the larger pattern. With this solar tone of 9, you are being offered the embrace of longed for completion. Now, if you have this tone in your galactic signature, you also carry that 11100 and it went to 37. What is 37? Hold up. If you have that energy, that solar tone in your galactic signature, you'll be one of those that you confront your ancestors, as ancient as they may be, because they flow within you, right? Okay. 37, my father is the Tefnu. So for some of you, your father carries the energy of Tefnu. That's the Egyptian goddess that you see basically over everything. So for some of you, your father is the maternal energy we're talking about. Your father is the energy of that maternal frequency we're talking about. Fulfill your pattern, your circle. Embody the mastery and wisdom you came to express. This ray asks you to be rather, it says, this ray asks you to be rather than try to be. Because if you're trying to do something, you have still yet to make a decision, and you're actually in and out of a decision or taking action, but physically you're taking action on something. But as long as you're saying trying, you're back into that state of processing what to do on trial, still having to decide, still having to make a judgment about what to do. This is why that word trying, we don't do that shit over here either. Okay. It says, become the one who shines the light for others. You are the humanitarian whose being unfolds the larger pattern of the new world. In the grand cycle of time, 9 is the number of completion and expansion. What is it that you are being asked to complete? That could be a question you ask your ancestors right now, your spirit guide source. What is it that I'm being asked to complete? Then it continues to say, can you see the clues to this lifetime of completion? Can you see the clues to this lifetime of completion? Going back to, what are you being asked to complete? As you expand, shed old patterns that do not support your growth. Receive completion's fulfillment. You are poised on an arc of grand cycle of time. Speaking of Tefnu, it's an arc. Ark of the Covenant. Okay. Protected by the seraphim and the cherubim, man. In this cycle, time and space fold, past and future merge, and lifetimes meld in completion. Join in the fulfillment of the mystery of the triple triangle by offering your mystery, the water within you, to be woven. That's your natal chart, the web being woven into the larger loom of reality. You got those 12 houses. But once you reach 13, 14, now we're speaking of that space of the cherubim and the seraphim, which is where the Ark of the Covenant is, your mind's eye, where you can see. Very similar to this image here is very significant in terms of the pineal gland and what that activation, what that feeling is. It feels as though you're going through a portal, you're being washed out through that fire. So you can remove whatever it is blocking your vision. This is also why, again, going back to Kali's energy, why most, not that I'm not going to say that they're afraid to, I already said that, but some may not even realize that they're afraid. But what's really happening is she may even be giving you time to really assess what it is that you're asking her to do, because you won't be able to go back to it because it would no longer exist. And if you go back into that space after you've asked for her guidance, now you're getting in the way. Now there goes your existence too. said it's time to be the truth of who you are. Who are you? Some of you have been seeing your spirit animal show up to you. That's one of the greatest clues that you've been receiving in terms of who you are, in terms of its characteristics and its medicine that it provides. Let's go into it. Let's go into it. Let me pull some of these animal spirit cards. Just a moment. Here we go. Oh. What animal spirit do we have for the collective? Let me take this Kali energy up, because as long as I see it and I touch it, she gonna keep talking. She will keep talking. And she I love it though. I love the energy of it, of her. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Speaking of the triangle and the three, you got the triple goddess energy coming through. I hear some drums. Let me hear some drums. Give me a second. Telling you. The destroyer, and then we got Sirius. Some of you are experiencing things at work for this reason, because it's time for you to bust a move. We got surrender. Deliver all that is out of your control to the Most High. Be ready to shift. There's that. Shark on the TV. Shark. Let's see what comes through. What is the energy present for the collective? The dragonfly, master of illusion, mastering the mind. I'm hearing 33, ascension, and then the moth. Ooh. Okay, so you're very magnetic at this moment. So, child, as your power increases in your abilities, the love that you have for your abilities, you're going to be magnetic to all forms of energy, all different types of people from different realms. Some of y'all may feel as though there's humans out here, but most of these motherfuckers out here ain't even human. They carrying some other shit. And it's just what's the word? Can't think of it right now. But what do you call it? It's not, well, it'll come to me. But what you're seeing is what's not even there. But you can feel it. Pay attention to what you're feeling. This dragonfly, okay, is a master of the mind. Some of you have been surrounded by mental manipulators only to keep you in mental imprisonment. But that was part of the test. It's just part of the test. I want to see what numbers Dragonfly give me. Hold up. For some, whoever this was that was manipulating you in a way to keep you stuck, they may be experiencing swelling at this time, because I just saw swelling. Six 608 612 102. I feel that that's going to be their awakening. Six 608, you, thou, second person. Daniel, yeah, this is someone who constantly blames somebody for something instead of holding themselves accountable. Daniel chapter 2, verse 8. The king replied, I know for certain you are trying to gain some time. Trying isn't his feeling, because you see that my word is final. But something about your word being the final word, and some are not in a space where they are prepared to handle that final word, but they put themselves in that space. And as soon as you say this, your finances increase, because your boy Arthur is holding coins in his hand, very similar to the finances card in here. Well, 608, let me see, 612. Band, bond, house of bonds, prison. Yeah. Numbers connected to Dragonfly, Gematria. One more, 102. Speaking of blossom in abundance, 3. Empress, wing of an army, band, army. Okay. I will also scatter all the attendants who surround him and all his troops to every direction of the wind, and I will draw a sword to chase after them. And speaking of protecting yourself, another way of protecting yourself when it comes to these energies of you, of them being a moth to a flame, you that flame, is the word no. Simply the word no. Some of y'all been getting wrapped up in when to say no and saying maybe, and that person may take it as a yes. The elk is right up under that. Yeah, this is teaching you. Oh shit, the turtle, the butterfly, then the swan come through. Okay. Wow. So the elk is right under this moth. For some of you, this has to do with the battles that you were closing out when it came to certain elders along your bloodline or your lineage. You were literally closing out their cycles with their enemies or any type of confusion that may have been going on, whether if it was with family or siblings. There's certain things that you are experiencing or have been experiencing that was very similar to your ancestors. But this is also where you have to come up to the forefront. And once you recognize that, because at the same time, they were in this human vessel as you, where they were holding on to certain things. And I'm getting that this is where some of you feel that you want to break away from something, but you keep coming back to that shit that you want to break away from. It's because of that. Sometimes you got, I told you, Dudley, you got to have that conversation with them and be like, yo, this is my life right now, okay? We're going to clear this shit up. So let that go. Release it. Enough. That would have to do, that energy that I'm picking up on, let's say if you were watching someone pass on, but they were having difficulty passing on. This is the energy I'm picking up on. They were still fighting that battle as they were in transition. Impulsive, hasty, and wishful is the moth. When out of balance, idealizes others. To bring it into balance, finish a project. You can love what you love, but that this is to a point where sometimes you could be idealizing someone, and then that could be highly detrimental to your process of ascension because it's a form of attachment. You know, when certain people tell another, you saying I love you so much, I know you do, but it's almost as if the way they're saying it so much, you start, it's like, all right, get it. Chill out now. Just chill. Just chill. Because love is a power unto itself. You should be able to feel when someone has that love for you. You know? Master of light, illusion, and the mind, the dragonfly. The dragonfly is an ancient and ethereal creature that awakens a sense of wonder and awe. The dragonfly is a symbol of the mind as it's always moving, shifting, shimmering, and changing. When the dragonfly card appears, it's worth considering the quality of your mind and perception. Are they restless or still, dreamlike or crystal clear? The situation at hand may be different than it appears at first glance. The dragonfly reminds us to calm the mind so that the light of wisdom can shine through. When you're in balance of the dragonfly, you see clearly, joyful, and magical. When you're out of balance, you can't concentrate with a busy mind, and a busy mind is not productive. There's a difference between you being busy and you being productive. To bring into balance, focus on the breath. what else we got here. In terms of the spirit animal that is connecting to you at this time. 131 on the timeline. Okay. With the bear at the bottom of the deck, you got the whale. And this is giving Pluto energy in terms of going to the depths of one's subconscious to see all that has been witnessed through all lifetimes. The whale. Desire to delve deeper, profound peace, ancient wisdom. 2 cards of ancient vibrations. The whale represents profound emotional health and stability. Whale personalities are not afraid of emotional expression or traversing difficult terrains, as they have overcome many challenges in their lives. These experiences have enriched them, given them stability, strength, and a depth that is rare. Whale energy is usually linked to the feminine forces of compassion and communication. We can depend on the whale personalities when all else seems lost and trust them to be a beacon in our darkest hour. Ashe. Number 18 is showing up on the screen. For some of you, you've been invoking this energy of the whale since you were 18. When in balance, calm, steady, deeply compassionate. When out of balance, heavy, slips into old story, and to bring into balance, regular self-care. And regular self-care is the main thing right there. Regular self-care. What else? I'm glad that one didn't come out, because it seemed as though that was the bat. And the bat is an energy of, well, there's something to work on, but the way these energies is flowing is just, well, that could be significant too, in terms of you mastering your feelings and your thoughts. It's a strong Age of Aquarius vibration. Thank you. I appreciate you for coming out here. You already showed yourself through, but we see you, baby. We got the oyster and the turtle. Yeah, very strong here with this card, the oyster. The turtle, more water. Speaking of the shark that showed up on the screen, directness, exposure, revealing true nature and desire. It's only dangerous when we don't acknowledge it. When you don't acknowledge your truth, that's you become dangerous to yourself. An endangered species. Ancient soul. All 3 of these said ancient. And that was the first one of the 3rd card you got. You are divine feminine, divine masculine, ancient divine feminine, ancient divine masculine. You're remembering. Ancient soul, grounded, trusting, at home in the self. It is wonderful to be in the presence of a turtle personality. Similar to the beaver, the turtle has a strong relationship with the earth and water elements simultaneously. This helps to ground and connect them to the deeper truths of life. I feel as though your fire is being tamed, because that's the only thing that didn't show up here. Is being harnessed. That blue solar storm, Archangel Gabriel, they're refining it in a way that it doesn't become too much of a drastic change for you. This helps to ground and connect them to the deeper truths of life, no matter where their travels lead them. Turtle energy is behind all great writers and storytellers as they collect life experiences under their shells for later use. The most potent turtle energy helps us close all the other books and begin to tell our own true tale. You see? This is going, that keeps coming up because some of your ancestors want to hear that it's okay to let it go. They want to hear you say, it's okay. Let it go. Because they didn't hear that while they was here. I don't know who ancestor that is talking right now, but they're very fucking proud of you. They know that shit wasn't easy for you. They know. It wasn't for them either. But this is why they can walk with you every step of the way. Every step of the way. When in balance, you're peaceful, adventurous, and productive. Not busy, productive. When out of balance, slows down to a halt. To bring into balance an adventure. Slow and steady. To bring into balance is picking up the Aries energy, but it's slow. So I'm telling you, speaking of that fire being, harnessed into that perfect sensation where it just flows through you. In the center of the spread right now is the tarantula, which speaks about being at a crossroads. I'm going to read the oyster because that's at the foundation of it. It went to the dolphin. So you're a healer. You just got to listen. Continue to listen more. Your stillness is allowing you to feel and listen much clearer. And part of you listening and feeling, you have a thought about something, a person or situation, and they pop up. Whether if it's them actually contacting you, or if you go on your feed, that's the first thing you see. The oyster. Patient, secret keeper, that's connected to the links as well. That's a secret keeper. And hiding inner treasures, the oyster. Holds the pearl. Look who's under that. With this, what the fuck? Wait a minute. Yo, what? Very similar to the turtle was the beaver. In front of the buffalo. I'm telling you, they're taking you right through the storm. Just speaking of being with you, there goes the elk right up under that. Look at this. This is what's up under the oyster. The crow in the opposite direction. The crow is the one that's giving you the message of these three. Whenever it comes around, that's your cue to pay attention. 18 again on the screen. So there's something that's being revealed to you. Every time you hear a crow or raven that shows up, that's your cue for at least, I would say, 7 days. Pay attention to what you're thinking about. Write it down. Take note of the intuitive messages that are coming in. Because it has a lot to do with the transformation that you're going through. And the reason why that is important is for that process to be finalized. Your attention to that. And also for some of you, be mindful when you hear this crow or this raven come around. It's important for you to be mindful of what distracts you within those 7 days. Okay. Sometimes people be wondering, don't worry about how. Just stop doing what you're doing. Just stop doing what you're doing. because it's not empowering you. It's not empowering nobody else. The oyster, patient secret keeper hiding inner treasures. The focus and determination of the oyster is unmatched. Anything an oyster personality puts their mind to, they achieve with grace and charm. The only problem is, oyster types often take their inner gifts for granted. They become shy or doubtful, and this could lead to withdrawing or protecting their deepest desires in life's work, very similar to that shark, that it becomes dangerous when it's not acknowledged. When the oyster card appears, it's important to reveal your inner treasures. What is it you've been hesitant to share? The world is waiting to see. Speaking of transformation, the phoenix has to do with the root chakra. Reincarnation. Why is this looking this way? Oh, bruh. You know what? Wow. Go ahead and tell your story, source. Go ahead and deliver the messages because, yeah. Because they go right back and relate this message to the beginning, the conception of your lineage, about what has already been done. What's this? Pisces. Yeah. 12th house. Somebody who has been in spiritual prison for ages. Somebody has been in spiritual prison for ages. I knew came up on the screen. A nude. What time is it? 4:30. Is it really 4:30? How? I mean, oh man. Whoever has to hear this message, show them who this is so they can get clarity. Ashe. See the moon. What is this? The year 52 and 99. Or 9952. Chiron. Wow. Because Chiron would have a lot to do with ancestral wounds. Cancer. Or if you have Chiron in the 4th house or Chiron in Cancer, whoever it is that you're feeling that this is going to, and you've been wanting clarity, that's a yes. They could be a Leo, or they could have the same, their sun sign is your Chiron sign. That would make perfect sense in terms of a deeply rooted wound. It's either that their sun sign is your Chiron sign, or your Chiron sign is their Pluto sign. Because Cancer was there. This person might have been born during the Pluto and Cancer generation. We have Mars here. They were definitely a warrior. I could see why they would be in spiritual prison. Because people couldn't control them. They couldn't be controlled. They could not be controlled. Some of you have this sensitivity of crying when things go the way that they go, because you're not tapping into this warrior energy, and you're picking up the defeated essence of that ancestor instead of the power that they had before. Whoever this is has been in this space for so long that they've just lost all their power. Yeah, they felt as though they've been damned. Absolutely. Pluto right there. 1912 to 14 or 1937 to 39. So there's that. Doesn't have to be that far back, but that's an example of that right there. Pluto's stormy transit through Cancer, the sign of home, brought upheaval to family life in America. By the millions, people left the country to settle in towns and cities. The negative side of Pluto in Cancer was shown in the hideous loss of life in World War I and the preparations for World War II under the leadership of militaristic Nazi Germany, a nation that espoused glorification of homeland. Now I'm getting maroon energy off of that. A part of one's self in terms of being the warrior, being that maroon, wasn't used, which is why this person was captured. In the preparations for World War II under the leadership of militaristic Nazi Germany, a nation that espoused glorification of the homeland. Our country and our way of life, Cancerian values were imperiled. Cancer is a sign of agriculture. During Pluto's transits in the 1930s, we saw the great drought and the misery of the migrant farm workers forced from their land. We also saw the rise of industrial unions formed in violent struggles against the power of great corporations. When Pluto is in Cancer, the planet's personal influence gives intense emotions and creative imagination. Negatively, it produces a deep resentment of other people's good fortune. How many of y'all rolling around here with people within your own bloodline that hating on you because you're doing what you got to do? But they express it in a way where they may have pity for themselves, just to make you feel guilty or feel shameful, to dim your light so that way, you see what I'm saying? The key to that is those are the people that you have to disconnect from so that way you can keep doing what you're supposed to do, because you're on a mission of your achievements and status in the outside world. Speaking of, this state right on the table, polar opposite to Cancer. Fourth house is the 10th house, Capricorn, Saturn. Let's look at Pluto and Capricorn. And then we're going to wrap this up because I got to go. I got to go. Okay. It's going right to the page too. Well, that's because this thing in here. But anyway, 2008, 2009, and 2024. To 2024. Because Capricorn is a sign of discipline and ambition, Pluto's influence here should stress responsibility and the ethic of work. Yeah. Capricorn is the sign of government and long-term security. And Pluto may have the effect of bringing a new world order into being. Individual nations may join in the system of world government that leads to greater stability. Star watchers are focused on the year 2012, which the Mayan calendar marks as the end of the world. Many spiritual movements believe this is a metaphor for a change in consciousness. That's the end of the world, change in consciousness, when the human race will adopt a more spiritual value system. Astrologically, Pluto in Capricorn holds out the hope that there will be an end to war. By the time Pluto enters the following sign, Aquarius, the world will be in the age of Aquarius. Pluto will bring even greater emphasis to the humanitarian and freedom-loving qualities of Aquarius. This should be a time of unimaginable scientific discovery, for Aquarius is the sign of science and future knowledge. When Pluto is in Pisces, human beings may at last comprehend the fullness of Pluto's power and add to their knowledge of the meaning of life. Pisces represents the completion of the circle, the last step before moving on to the first rung of a higher ladder. By this time, the human race may have evolved to a higher and more noble plane. And the way Pluto's set up right now, especially the way people been shitting on Pluto, talking about, is Pluto a planet? You're gonna find out. Okay, you about to find the fuck out. Okay, stop playing with Pluto. I feel if you are the last child, okay, you're gonna feel what Pluto feels too, because it's small, it's little, but pack a lot of power to fuck everything up in a heartbeat. Y'all, I gotta get off this. We gotta go. Okay, we gotta go. Let me just pull one more from the mermaid. Let's bring some water into this. Let's bring some agua. Okay, bring some agua in here. What's the final message? We gotta go. Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta go. It's time to go. Ready? Set. Now is the perfect time to dive in and embrace your heart's desires. This is what we say. Don't let me say some shit. And I rather people show me that what I said ain't what it ain't what it is. That don't be. Especially when it comes to the fuckery. It's all right. Next motherfucker that come over here with that, we gonna put them right through that shit. Take your ass back over there. Take your fucking ass over there. Bye. Fuck out of here. Explore your options. It's time to look at other possibilities. It's a great time to make changes. So let's get some more. Yo. What's this? Simplify your life. Yeah. We gonna clean this shit up. I'm gonna throw every fucking thing that don't belong. Take your ass back over there. One no. Eliminate clutter from your home. Okay. And work life to balance the flow of activities. Eliminate clutter from your home and work life to balance the flow of activities. I'm really reading this shit backwards too. That's exactly what it said. Okay. Say less. Look at that angel in the back. Not playing. Speaking of small, but pack a lot of power. That's a message in itself. What you think is simple and not as important, that's your key. It's about to be 4:44. What else? Tranquility. Anything else turned there? Make time to relax and be still and enjoy your solitude, indulging in much needed self-care. That was the whale's message, was it? Or the dragonfly? One of the two. This is going to close out at 4:44. I'll leave you right here. If you didn't want to come out. Okay. Last one, soulmate relationship. New romance with spiritual basis is here for you now. Yeah, you see that? DNA upgrade. I mean, that's always my intention. Every time I use my voice to speak to you, is for your DNA to upgrade. So that way those dormant cells in your body go, oh shit, it's there. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. I'll see y'all later on the next message. Ciao.